welcome to another edition of Buzz Around Texoma, brought to you by The Point Restaurant, and it's courtesy of Mid-Continental Broadcasting. That's KLBC 106.3, B99.7 The Buzz, and KSEO AM and FM. I'm Jason Taylor, and this guy you see over here to my right is Zac Grantham. And, of course, Zac is well known in the area for his on-air antics at radio stations. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. First of all, good to see him. I've had the pleasure of working with Zac many times, and we're going to get into that in a little bit. But one of the reasons I had Zac on for this week is he is part, along with Classic of Texoma, sponsoring and putting forth what is a great fundraiser in Back the Badge golf tournament. Tell everybody about that, Zac.
Yeah, so the Texoma Back the Badge Foundation, it was just kind of started with me saying something on the radio, just like, hey, I wish we could do something for, law enforcement in Texoma. And at the time, Denison Golf Course was there, and they called us and said, let's do a golf tournament. So we were on our way to go talk to them about doing a golf tournament for law enforcement, and we drove by Classic at Texoma when they had that dealership just a little bit north of Denison. And basically, it just kind of all came together. Just the puzzle just fit perfectly, and now we're going to be having our 10th golf tournament next year.
That's awesome. So the 9th just took place about a month and a half ago. Do you guys have any numbers on how much was raised?
Oh, yeah. We got numbers. $77,000.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So it is absolutely amazing. The sponsors, everybody involved have been great. Always donating, a good amount of money to help out these law enforcement families. And, we've been able to help out families of, police officers, sheriff's deputies, and things like that on both sides of the Red River. So if the county touches up, to Lake Texoma, then we are able to help out these families.
So it all started, I think the first one, I know Ricky Wheeler's name is used quite a bit. I was fortunate enough to know Ricky because he had done so much as with the sheriff's department.
Yeah.
He was like, I think he was the public.
The PIO. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how I knew him. And we tragically lost him, as well as Chad.
Yeah.
And I didn't know Chad as well, but same thing.
Yeah.
I had met him a couple times through things we had done. So great things you guys do with that. Now, are you guys always looking for more sponsors, or you just look for people to come in and play the tournament?
Yeah, so we're always looking for sponsors. I mean, we of course, our title sponsor is Classic Chevrolet Cadillac, and they are basically having to do that because they're on the board. So that'd be kind of weird if Eric Bryan and Phil Jones, were not on our board. But we always have presenting sponsors. We have whole sponsors and all of that. So I expect the 10th year to be huge. We got some cool new things that we're wanting to do for the 10th year, and it's crazy how fast time flies. Because I felt like we just started this the other day. So,
well, and Eric and Phil, in case you don't know, they're Durand boys. They're local boys. So getting their hands as far down deep into the community is something I know that they strive to do, and we appreciate them doing that. Now, do you play golf?
I like to drive the golf cart.
Yeah. I was hoping he'd say that because I actually played this year, and Zac came through a couple times. In fact, at one point, he stopped as I was about to take a shot, and as soon as I'd made my shot, which sucked, by the way, he goes, if I'd had an air horn, I'd have hit that as soon as you started to take your shot. But it's
Classic. Yeah, Classic gives me their golf cart too. So basically, I just get to go around and goof off with people, and we like to call them Zac attacks. So just to mess around, and it's a great day, just honoring law enforcement and saying thank you to the community for being so supportive of the foundation.
So this year, one of the people, I know you guys do a golf ball drop, and it's for cash.
Yep.
And one of the things I thought was very cool, and I can't remember the gentleman who won it this year, but he donated the entire amount back.
Yeah, so Grayson County Sheriff Tony Benny, he won it. He bought a whole bunch of golf balls. We sell them for $10, and it was $1,000. And he was just like, "Yeah, give it back to the foundation."
That's great.
So it's awesome.
Ken Whittington, I got to give my boss a shout out here because Ken, not only does he own the radio stations, have he's a doctor on top of that, but he likes to fly helicopters. So he has a helicopter, and he's the one that goes out there and goes up and drops the helicopters, or he has somebody else do it.
Do you have a helicopter?
No.
I don't have a helicopter.
No. We're not doctors either.
No, that's true.
So
sure.
Anyway,
I forgot about that little detail.
That's a small detail. So if somebody wants to, I know it's a ways off coming up, but who would they or where would they go to find out more about how they could be a sponsor or be a part of Back the Badge?
Yeah, so we're going to be working on that over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully the president of the foundation will get that information together pretty quickly. But one simple way to donate to the Texoma Back the Badge Foundation is just going to our website, texomabackthebadge.com, and we got a donate button right there that you can just donate. And I will say one thing I do want to get out there too is that when an officer is killed in the line of duty, and unfortunately we've had to write that check 4 or 5 times now since the existence of the foundation, but we immediately write $10,000 to the family. And we just want to make sure that they, maybe it's funeral costs or even just, medical bills or anything that's going on. We immediately go, hey, here's this money. And you got people here that love and care about you. So
that's great. All right. Well, we're going to talk with Zac about a few other things on the backside of the break. So make sure you stick around. Remember, this is the Buzz Around Texoma, and it's all brought to you by The Point Restaurant. All right, and welcome back to the Buzz Around Texoma. I'm Jason Taylor. This guy's Zac Grantham, and I had told you at the start of the show, which is brought to you by The Point Restaurant, by the way, that he and I have had the privilege of working together at various radio stations.
that's where I knew you.
Yeah, I know.
I thought I knew you from somewhere. I'm sorry.
I'm glad that I made that much of an impression as your boss. But anyway, all seriousness, I do want to make an announcement here. You may have already heard it, but in case you haven't, Zac is the new jock on the block on KLBC.
Awesome.
So congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for joining us. Now, he's doing afternoons, 2 to 6, Monday through Friday. So if you love some Zac Grantham, you can get him right there on KLBC. Welcome back to the airwaves, man. How's that?
Well, thank you. It feels great. Also, the 3 a.m. wake-up call, not a big fan of it. So being able to wake up at normal people time.
Right.
I don't have gray hair, to where it shows or where you've done morning radio before, but the hair's gone. So maybe that just shows it. But no, I'm very excited. I was very strategic on, I didn't want to just jump at the first thing when, I got laid off back in the day, but now get to do what I love again, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And I always thought I was an afternoon jock, just doing a morning show. So we'll still talk about coffee and chips and salsa and all that stuff. By the way, the chips and salsa at the Point Restaurant,
fantastic.
I'm an appetizer guy.
Yeah.
Big
Jimmy Schneider's going to love you for saying that.
No, I love me some Jimmy, but yeah. So I'm very excited, and of course, being back on the air in Texoma is the big thing. I love the Texoma community and the people in it.
And that's exactly what the Buzz Around Texoma is all about. Local people talking about local things, making a difference locally. So Zac is a testament about that, because on top of being a jock, you actually also have another job, man. You're a preacher.
Yes, kind of, sort of. Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of weird to think. Connections pastor at Joshua's Crossing. So it's been something I've been praying about since about 2018. Really, just kind of the Lord placed it on my heart. Just wanted to make an eternal impact, and just wanted to be a part of my church even more. And man, I just tell you, it's just another thing that kind of fell out of the sky. And it happened, and I'm so excited. I love my boss there, John Mady, our pastor. He's awesome. And then, of course, Trey Mady's my best friend, and we all work together, and it's a lot of fun. We got a new building that's being built right now, and hopefully it'll be open in a couple of weeks, and it's going to be great.
So I guess, how long have you been there about doing that?
5 months, I think.
Okay. Didn't you just, I heard that you actually just gave your first sermon.
Yes, yeah. So Trey is our youth pastor, and so he's been on me for 2 or 3 years to get up there for the youth. So we have about 130 kids on Wednesday nights. So it's awesome. But a couple of weeks ago did a sermon on being bold, and so that's what I did. I was bold and got up there and did it.
Well, and I'm going to tell you, for those of you out there going, oh, you're a DJ, man, you're used to talking. There is a big difference between talking to a microphone when nobody's in the room and talking to a whole bunch of people sitting in front of you. Isn't that right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like if you're just in a room by yourself talking to the microphone, you can do it all day long. But then when you have people staring at you, you're like...
Also, okay, so now that we got past that, so we talked about Zac now joining KLBC, the air staff from 2 to 6 p.m. He's also connections pastor over at Joshua's Crossing in Sherman, or is that Denison?
I mean, we're right on the line,
so
but I think our address is Denison, okay, so we can say Denison.
So, yeah, there we go. Okay, so there you have that. But Zac is also going to be taking over as the host right here on the Buzz Around Texoma, because let's face it, he's a little bit more entertaining than I am. I'm old, and well, my mind just doesn't work as fast.
I heard there were some complaints and stuff too, so we finally had to get some good help around here.
Yeah, exactly.
What I hear.
You know, it's bad when the staff that's doing the recording of the show and helping to lay out the plans of who's coming on, when they're the ones that are complaining about the guy that's hosting.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
And
by the way, the staff, they were immediately like, "We're gonna have to powder your bald head or something." Right when I walked in, I'm like, "Oh, what kind of help should we have around here?"
So just fair warning, if you're going to be on the Buzz Around Texoma in the upcoming months, just know that Zac will probably take this down a road that you maybe did not know was going to happen. So, but it'll be entertaining nonetheless.
Is that a compliment?
That is very much a compliment.
Okay.
So he'll make it a lot of fun for not only you watching, but for those of you who are showing up here on the show. So we certainly do appreciate it. And again, that is the Buzz Around Texoma. It happens every Tuesday. We moved it. I got to remember the date. Every Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, Jason.
On YouTube.
Even I know that.
That's right.
And I just started.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what you're going to get. On Tuesdays at noon, that's when you can drop it right here on YouTube TV. Make sure that you not only like the show, but subscribe to the channel. We would appreciate those subscriptions. And that's going to do it for this week. It's all brought to you by the Point Restaurant, courtesy of Mid-Continental Broadcasting. And again, that's KLBC 106.3. That's B99.7 The Buzz. And that is KSEO AM FM. And once again, Zac Grantham, welcome aboard, my friend.
Oh, thanks for having me.
We'll talk to you next week.